Hi, ladies and gentlemen, Morino Ravenberg here again. And as usual, there are links to my web shop and the article that I will cover, or better said, the topic that is linked to the article, or better said, the article that is linked to this topic in the description below. And I'm going to discuss free will and one's destiny. That's also the header or the title of the article that I'll be discussing. So this is the official video that links to the article, and that's also embedded in the article. This is for people that have come to this YouTube video directly, or that have arrived via this to this YouTube video directly. And yeah, this is something, honestly, this is something that I'm amazed that most people don't know or so unaware of. But hey, it just goes to show you how stupid people are and how stupid they can be. And once again, I don't care who thinks I'm insulting them. I don't care who thinks I'm arrogant. I don't care. Um, Bottom line is that there is no free will. Okay, a lot of people, you'll hear a lot of stuff about free will and so on and so forth. There is no such thing as free will. Um, and that is simply that's noticeable in everyday life. Let's be honest, okay? um, None of us choose our destiny. Everything is predestined. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you want to believe in an almighty creator, in a god or not, whatever you want to believe in. But see with your own eyes. It's the reality is staring. The reality of there not being a free will, any free will, is staring you in the eyes, is staring back at you in daily life. Okay, but the problem is that most people are too stupid to even be self-aware and to be aware of what's happening around them. There is no such thing as free will. Okay, none of us choose our destinies. Okay, just take me for example. I didn't choose anything. I didn't choose to look the way I look right now. I didn't choose my ethnicity. I didn't choose my name. I didn't choose anything. I didn't choose to think the way that I'm thinking right now. I didn't choose my character traits. None of it. I did not choose a freaking thing. And the same goes for everybody else out there, even you guys watching this. None of it. None of us choose our destinies, okay? Life is like a card game, and God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, okay, whatever you want to call the almighty force that has put you on this earth, is the dealer, and you don't get to decide what hand you get dealt, what cards you get dealt. All you can do is make the most of the hand that you have been dealt. That's all that you can do, so that you can live up to your full potential and that you can actually have a good life, at least within this current life cycle, provided that you'll have other life cycles. But none of us choose anything, so this is more than obvious. And honestly, this is something that I knew from day one. This isn't something that you need to be smart about to know, okay? You don't need to be smart to know any of this. This is the everyday reality of existence. There is no such thing as free will. Even doing something as simple as choosing what you want to have for dinner or what you want to drink is already predestined. Okay, every action you undertake is predestined since before you were born, whether you want to believe that or not. But these are cold hard facts. And the very fact alone that for example, companies like Coca-Cola issue slogans like life is what you make it, and take control of your life, and so on and so forth, okay, just shows how ignorant mankind is when it comes to this subject. There is no such thing as free will, period, based on what I said. Those are cold hard facts. You don't choose anything, okay? None of us choose anything. Okay, I'll die in a couple of years, in a couple of decades, in 5 or 6 decades, and I'll be reincarnated as some kind of Indian kid or something like that in Pakistan or India or whatever, with a whole different name, with a whole different life circumstances pertaining to that life cycle. I'll have parents that I'll have to worry about. I'll have a whole other life. I'll be surrounded in an entirely different environment, surrounded by entirely different people. So that is my point. And honestly, this is more than obvious. That is assumed that I do get reincarnated. It doesn't matter whether you're an atheist or what your background is. It doesn't matter what your background is. Even your background, again, every aspect and every facet of one's existence has been predestined. So life is literally, roughly put or bluntly put, like one gigantic card game, and God is the dealer. We're nothing more than honestly, we're nothing more than Muppets, okay? We're nothing more than puppets, and God is the one pulling the strings. And even if you don't believe in God, you can call it the universe, whatever you want to call the almighty force that basically is responsible for you being here, okay? I mean, we're literally nothing more than puppets, and he's the one pulling the strings. That's all. God is literally nothing more than a kid that is hosting some kind of puppet show, and we're the puppets. We don't get to decide anything, nor will we ever. That's the whole definition of omnipotence. We don't get to decide anything. None of us do. But of course, that doesn't mean that life is useless and worthless and that you shouldn't do anything. Even if you do make the decision after this video, for example, to not do anything anymore because of what I said, that will have been predestined. So it can be complicated, but don't lose track of what it is that I'm saying. So everything, your entire destiny, everything is predestined. Everything is predestined. Okay, so there is no defying God. There is no defying the universe. There is no getting outside the box. You're in the box whether you want to believe that you're inside the box or not. Even if you believe that you're outside the box, that is a delusion. You will never be outside the box, because the Almighty creator of the universe, or the universe itself, has not allowed that, and you don't get to break free from those shackles. These are all things that we need to adhere to, whether you believe in a higher force or not. But for those that do believe in a higher force, all of us have to adhere to that. Even the strongest spirits that one works with, the spirits that I work with, angels, demons, all of them have to adhere to God's will, okay, ultimately. All of them, even the rulers of the most strongest spirits in the universe, even those that rule over several planets or a cosmos, a part of the cosmos, they have to adhere to God's will. We don't get to decide anything. God is the only one that doesn't have to play by his own rules, because he makes up the rules. God is the only one that is outside the box. As a matter of fact, God is the delivery guy that created and developed the box. He's the only one that can decide what he wants to do and when he wants to do it. The rules don't apply to him, nor will they ever. And yeah, and that's all. There's not much else that I have to say on this topic. That's simply it. So simply put, there is no such thing as free will. Free will does not exist. It doesn't matter what you want to believe, what you want to say. These are all facts, okay? There are a bunch of guys out there, okay, especially people from the left-hand path, occult-wise speaking, or occult-wise or occult speaking, that actually think that they've reached the point where they are beside the universe and where they are beside God, and where they don't make out part, where they're no longer part of the objective universe. Good luck with that. No, period. You can believe otherwise, but it's not going to help you. I'm saying these things based on facts, okay? I'm not saying this as a belief system. These are cold hard facts, in the same way that this cable, this extension cable, is the fact that I'm holding this extension cable physically is a fact. I'm doing it, period. There's nothing that can change that fact. And it's the same, okay? You can't extract yourself from the objective universe, because even if you try to do so, or you think that you've done so, you are still within the universe. It doesn't matter which way you want to look at it. You're still inside that little box, and you'll always be. No matter how much you ascend, or how much you think, how powerful you think that you've become, you will always be part of that system, because the universe itself, or God, whatever you want to call it, the almighty force or forces that rule this universe, will never allow you to step outside that box. You're just a puppet, and you can't cut your own strings as a puppet. Every step that you take, every move that you make has already been dictated, is already being dictated, and has already been predestined, period.